Flurry of blows.
Woo!
Whoa!
Whoa!
14 and 12.
Nice. 14 and 12. So those are the individual DCs?
Yes, those are the individual attacks.
So you
Yes.
you sort of crouch down, you gear up your fists, and you sort of start punching at it and throwing all your moves at it, but it continuously sort of weaves and ducks and tucks, and you think you graze it at one point, but it doesn't seem quite as effective as you would like to hope, as it sort of uses the momentum to veer away from a few of your other attacks. And otherwise escapes
I
from
should have
harm.
gone with regular monk instead of unchained. Regular monk gets more utilitarian stuff because I can't hit shit in combat outside of attacks of opportunity.
I'm so sorry, Mega.
That's
You can always switch. Just take a level of normal monk next level.
Glant, it is your turn.
Finish him.
Well,
Come
on.
on,
If
come
you-
on,
you have to hit this
Laniel.
spell
Come
and
on,
finish it.
Laniel.
so is it? My thought actually was Laniel like angrily walks over to it and stomps on it, but I don't know if it's on the ground, and I probably
It's
missed
not
that.
on the ground.
Um,
Hello.
been waiting. It
Uh,
just came to me.
give me a moment. Here we
I
go.
feel like okay.
Let's see how
Laniel's-
okay, so who wants to take
Laniel's-
bets that I'll do just enough damage to not kill it?
You'll have 1 HP.
I believe in you, Laniel.
Hey, 4 damage.
Plus 1, right?
4 damage.
Yeah.
Plus 1, right?
Yes.
You throw your hand out in just absolute
Rage.
frustration with yourself. The wave of frost sort of bursts out from your hand, and it just washes over the battlefield, and it sort of encircles and cripples the brain as it shrieks in pain. You sort of see it slowly but surely become frozen over, and it begins to just sort of slowly start to lose itself, and as you hold it up one more time, you stand up to your feet and you yell at the top of your lungs in just anger and the bubbling fury that is everything that you've fought for until now, and the brain sort of shatters as the ray continues to hit it and batter it, and all the pieces of frozen brain falls crippled to the ground.
What if he had like a really undramatic battle cry?
It's like a siren.
No, this blue, this frosted light explodes out of his palm, and you just hear,
It's like-
and everyone's just like, okay.
Okay,
what the
man.
fuck? If you
Lionel-
it, hey.
No, like actually, in game, everyone's like, all right, congrats, I guess.
Lionel
So-
just looks at him, cocks her head to the side, and goes like, "Why didn't you do that earlier?"
God, he fucking throws acid at her.
No, she says it playfully.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've
No.
already established how crappy she is at times.
No. Laniel stomps up to the pieces and stomps on all the frozen bits.
And Lyanna just
Slime
pats him on the
bitch.
back. Lyanna, like, playfulness out of her voice, just pats him on the back with a hearty Sakamoto laugh.
Laniel's too busy stomping the shit out of this fucking frozen brain.
So as
Brain freeze is a killer.
Yeah, Lyanna also again takes off her hat and does a dramatic bow once more after patting Laniel on the back.
Sisu laughs
After
and
Lania's
goes,
sort of
I thought I was the
battle
bard.
cry.
You thought you were the what?
Bard.
So after the battle cry, the blacksmith sort of peeks in, seeing sort of everyone kind of a little dazed, little. He sees like the splatters of brain on the floor and kind of froze his brows, but doesn't really say anything else. And he says, "Is everyone okay? Do you think it's done?"
Laniel stops suddenly, mid stomp, and then looks over and like, oh, yeah.
Ugh. So,
Aegon
Any
will
loot?
motion to the blacksmith, pointing at the dude on the ground that Jules is feeling up.
no, I've moved on from that. I'm now searching
The
the room while
blacksmith,
I'm
she's-
drinking my Molotov.
Jules is so done. She's like, you still have your intelligence damage,
I
and
have
you're just
the
like
worst
downing
headache I've
booze.
ever had, and now I'm just getting drunk, and I've declared war on all psychics.
So the blacksmith sort of sheathes his sword, and he tentatively approaches, and as he sees the splayed out half elf, he just crouches next to it and palms it over, looks and investigates his face. We know this. I know this man. He was the sorcerer who was sent here by Gerada. He was a sweet boy, but he disappeared a week ago. As soon as just moments after, hours after he'd arrived. We didn't know what happened to him. We thought he'd been taken by the rest of them.
Is there
Looks
any way...
looks like the
Go on.
brain was feeding off of him.
I mean,
Oh, he probably got him drained.
well, yeah, but I mean, whatever her name again was, she mentioned one of her sorcerers, a rather high-ranked one, I believe, was also gone missing. I mean, the one which she, just did that, or what?
The blacksmith sort of turns to you and he says, there haven't been any other sorcerers that have walked through these parts, only him. Veron is very well known in our cities. He's a sweet boy, but dark past haunts him even to this day. I didn't expect him to have been caught up in this river rabble. He always seemed so strong, so much. He's trained very hard for this. And so the blacksmith sort of tries to gesture to one of you. Is it possible if you could bring him back, or is there something that must be done with him? I'm not quite sure what's the procedure now. And he sort of uncertainly looks at all of you.
I want to do what I said there, poke Laniel in the side and go, can you see his blood? The thing, guard room, dead bloodline.
Oh, can I do that?
I'm not sure, can you?
That's what I'm asking. I don't know magic, and I'm currently working at 6 int, and I'm on my way to getting completely and utterly pissed.
I'm pretty well. So I would just be casting detect magic then on him, and staring at him very intently.
You stare at him, you kind of feel him up. It's like, are you magical? What? Are you magical? Oh.
To me?
Oh god.
I don't think you would be able to identify his bloodline right off the bat. I feel like you would have to at least see the magic being thrown, like in.
Okay.
Is there anything else lootable in the room?
Nothing else lootable in this room. It's a very decrepit room, very ill kept.
And
Not-
pulls out the unopened bottle and takes a swig.
Okay. See, everyone's
Swings
drinking
her
at this point.
bottle down to try and clink it against yours.
Everyone's
Let's
find a
drinking right now. Okay, Aegon and Suzuko can start hauling the prisoner, if you will, up towards the inn. And the blacksmith sort of tentatively follows you guys, kind of ready for anything. And yeah, he starts asking you questions about what happened, and you guys kind of mumble off.
Bastard
As you are
brain
standing up.
magic.
That brain was a dick.
Mm-hmm.
Lyanna, during the walk back, will put away the bottle and, having only thing on swig, and keep the lantern out.
Okay, does Liana want to get rid of the fertilizer, or should she keep?
She'll keep it on her for now. She'll return it to them.
Alright. Liana's movement is slightly impeded because of the weight of everything in jewels, but otherwise, you all move at a relatively
Normal.
normal
We can
pace.
move at
It's okay.
dwarf rate.
Yeah, you're all taking your time. It's okay. The adrenaline's sort of settling down. You're kind of a little worn from the conflict. Oh, Lanyel. So yeah, you all climb up to the inn, and you sort of sit and splay the half elf kind of out onto one of the seats. Kind of slumps there. What would you guys like to do now that you're all back at the inn?
Can Lyanna move the bottle of alcohol underneath his nose? See if that does anything?
Yes, you can.
Alcohol is the solution to everything, as this session has proved.
You sort of whiff the alcohol underneath his nose, and you sort of see him. You sort of see his eyelids start to twitch a little bit, but otherwise, no other movement.
Kick him
You know
in the
what?
stomach.
You know what? Screw it. Being a former privateer, Lyanna at least knows how a captain may yell or command their subordinates.
intimidate?
Would that be intimidate or diplomacy?
An unconscious man?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
his eyelids moved. His eyelids
Can't
moved.
defend. Honestly, I think he's probably had his improperly drained rather than just damaged like I did. So he might never actually function again.
Hold on. Stape, you said his eyelids moved a little bit but didn't quite wake up?
Yes.
Then that means he's returning to consciousness, more or less. He just need either I successfully roll and he gets up, or I don't and he just kind of stays unconscious.
Okay.
Would that be intimidate and diplomacy are both a 3 modifier anyway, so.
Of course you do.
All right, fuck it, let's go. Let's see how good Lyanna was at observing her captain.
Go for it, Liana.
1d20?
Hats off, gets a mug. Yeah, 1d20 plus your modifier.
Can I aid another?
Does it add plus 2?
My charisma is undamaged. So yeah, +2.
Sure. You kind of
Okay.
yell in unison. You see him slowly start to sort of scrunch up his eyelids, but he sort of kind of tries to wave you all away as he comes to. Very, very, very tentatively, very slowly, but he doesn't seem as alarmed or as shaken or as quick to react as you would like for him to be.
So I take it that's a fail.
Yeah, but just a bit.
Can we just take 20? We'll just stand here yelling drunkenly at him.
Okay, yeah, take 20. You
Well,
keep
Suzu-
yelling and shouting until
Suzu
he
dumps
slowly comes to.
It just dumps the
Oh.
contents
Okay,
of the
perfect.
mug onto the
Suzu
guy.
dumps cold booze warm booze onto him, and he sort of jumps a
Oh.
bit, and he holds his head as the movement sort of jars him awake, and he as his blurry vision starts to come to, he sort of squints at all of you, and mumbles sort of this incoherent sort of greeting.
Yeah. So I guess Lyanna and Jules will be the ones keeping eye on him, while everybody else
And
does.
basically, you keep shouting him, kind of slapping his cheek, and eventually he sort of comes to, and he mumbles sort of a very quiet kind of slur, like, "Swashbuckler."
The brains are dead.
He carefully
blurt
sort
that
of
out.
reaches out towards you and sort of pushes you back very weakly. It's like, don't touch. And he sort of trails off again.
Damn. Apparently,
Let's
need.
dump another mug over him. I don't know.
Well, apparently he's not waking up anytime soon. So even with Suzu being a shitlord and dumping,
He is starting to wake up very slowly and very cautiously.
Um,
Lyanna takes a chair opposite of him from the table and kicks her feet up and starts just keeping an eye on him.
Can we tie him to the bed? We can't run away.
Do you have any sort of rope?
I have 50-foot of rope.
You can tie him to the chair that he's currently sitting in.
Okay, I'll tie him to the chair.
Okay, you tie him to the chair, and
Put him
now
on
he's
his hands.
held and bound.
All right.
Excellent.
have-
If you guys wait for a bit, a few hours
drunk
pass, the blacksmith slowly sort of tries to fix him up a little bit, dry him off, kind of pat him on his face and try to do whatever. And eventually he starts slowly coming to more than previously as the hours tick by. And then he sort of blinks blurrily and says, Where am I?
Well, soldier, you're alive.
He sort of jolts up and he tries to fight and move in sort of panic as
Aye.
his senses come back to him. But the silk rope sort of holds him in place and he kind of bounces in his seat. It's like, where's the thing?
Well, soldier, they're kind of dead. Real dead.
Extra.
He furrows his brows and sort of looks confused at you and says, the brain, you killed it?
Well, one of them is much and the other one's frozen and stomped into the ground, so yeah, it's pretty dead.
He looks even more confused and he's like, I thought there's one. One, only one. Yes. It doesn't matter who sent you here. What's
You were
what
sent by
happened?
You were sent by Gerada after nothing came back to the city.
His eyes sort of light up, and he seems to look more towards you. Drada, my people sent you. How long has it been?
A few
According to
weeks.
according to the blacksmith, the last time we saw you was a week ago, right when you entered. Nearly a few hours when you entered the city.
Sort of he slumps and sort of looks down, looks at all of you, whoever's in the room with him, and then he looks at the blacksmith. He's like, my men, what happened to my men?
Well, they weren't your men anymore.
And he sort of tries to struggle out. Just, oh no, it's me. I did it. It's all my fault. And he slowly starts to hyperventilate as he tries to fight free from his restraints. It's like, it's me. He did it. I did it. To them. He made me.
What's it called? Can Lyanna take another roll to try to calm him down?
Yes, you can intimidate. You can deploy. You can do whatever. You can try and calm him down. Yes.
Can we get Laniel in here since he's the other magic user? Like, how close is he to
I thought I was in there.
Oh.
I don't know where you are. You sort of
This
vanish.
is a few hours later, I think.
I'm still in the sewer stomping on the no.
You look in
Aegon,
your hands.
Yeah.
Aegon, I think, is standing.
Aegon's probably meditating in the corner.
Okay. Aegon's meditating in the corner. Suzu is off somewhere trying to find food. Lyanna guesses.
She's just balancing a mug on Aegon's head.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Seriously, the
Rolling the
ultimate
one.
shitlord.
Rolling the one.
Okay.
16.
You successfully managed to calm him down. You shout at him. What would you like to say to him?
Soldier, how do you think you're acting?
He sort of stands at attention as best he can in his seat, and he stares at you. He's like alert, though his eyes are still a little glazed and glossy. And he says, "Apologies."
That's more like it. You're a professional. Remember that.
He sort of looks a little sheepish, but otherwise okay. So,
Now, as a professional soldier and sorcerer, apparently, would you mind telling us what happened?
he sort of he nods once in obedience and says, "Of course. I'm afraid I can't remember much. It wipes your memories." He says to you, he sort of stutters. A month ago, I think it happened. We come here to help, to bring merchants and to guide and to guard, and it's been happening for so long. It takes me, it takes you, it takes your brain, and just you don't remember. You aren't you, and you forget. And he starts getting louder and more sort of indignant as he shouts. Yes.
I want to ask, so the oozes, the slimes, they weren't here before they did that?
He
You
sort
didn't
of
come here to solve them?
he whips to look at
Jules.
Jules, and he says, we didn't know what was the problem. At first we just knew that they stopped talking to us. They stopped communicating. Everything was shut off, and the blacksmith sort of interrupts. Because of the slimes! The slimes stopped us all. And he looks back and the slimes were me.
So that's your
the
bloodline?
ooze. He looks at you and he says, yes. Yes. I was cursed from birth.
I want to look over at Laniel. I'll look over at Laniel. Can he counter the spell? Should all the ones that exist be gone, or does he have to get rid of them?
You asking if I know?
Yeah.
Would I
he's-
know?
He's
Roll
mentally
okay.
deranged at the moment.
What about knowledge arcana or?
Yeah, you can roll a knowledge arcana.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Can
Does
Suzu?
Suzu know knowledge arcana? Yeah, roll. Laniel, all you are aware of is that it's some sort of magic, and magic generally can be dispelled. Nixxi, Suzu is aware that all of these sort of oozes that occur, they're part of a specific spell that causes specific disease, but the disease itself can spread on its own.
Right, I want to look at the sorcerer. Can you dispel what you've done? What they made you do?
He sort of he closes his eyes and he says, "I've never had to, but I will try."
Right, do it.
I'm obliged to do so.
Lyanna will look at him and ask, "Will you need your hands for this?"
And he looks at you and nods.
Then
Likely.
Lyanna will
I
go
need to
and
find them.
Lyanna will.
Wait, you need to leave here and go find them.
Is that not what you wish for me to do?
We were hoping you'd be able to counter them from here.
He shakes his head. All I do is I infect with disease. My blood, my sorcery inflicts them with illness, but otherwise, everything is beyond my reach.
Quick question: Does my previous roll count to make him accept that it wasn't him, that it was the brain, it was the slime brains that forced him to do it?
You
Or
can
do
roll,
I-
yeah. You can try and convince him. Actually, you know what?
I'll
I'll tell you what. You can just take 20. Just tell me you take 20, and you can convince him automatically. Like you just keep telling him and shouting at him until he's convinced.
All right, then yeah, I'll take 20.
Therapy.
Yeah.
You just shout at him and look at him, and as he's seated there until he accepts it's like it's not my fault.
Yeah, I'll take
Thank
20. Like after a couple minutes, Lyanna just stands up with her
Claps him.
full 6'1" and stands over him and tells him, "You were the one that said that you do not remember. You were the one that said you cannot remember what you did. If you cannot remember, how do you know if it was you?"
He sort of looks at you with very glassy eyes. You sort of see like the tears sort of coming up, but he holds them as best he can and says, "Because it's in my blood."
And you didn't get to choose
Monster.
your blood now, did you, lad? You didn't get to choose it.
He sort
Live
of
with
relaxes
it.
back into his seat and says,
Twist. Wrong place at the wrong time.
Your family
But-
doesn't have to define you, especially not in this.
But now
sort
you
of
can fix
swallows.
it. Now you can fix it, and that's what matters.
He swallows and he sort of nods his head. "Thank you."
Right, I'll untie him.
You're gonna slow it, yeah, you're gonna tie him.
I'm not giving him a shit back, but I'll untie him.
No, that's okay. He doesn't even notice it. He sort of
Yeah,
waits you out
like
of
for all
it.
he's lost a week. He
Hello,
doesn't know
this
what
is
that
Chef
stuff
John.
He sort of slowly gets to his shaky feet and he blinks and kind of just. It's not quite a magic. He explains. What happens? It started because of a magic, but the disease is in itself a magic. However, living with who I am, I've spent years trying to develop cures that will help. I don't have the resources in the city, but if we head back, I will be able to procure things that can aid the ailment.
Lyanna looks pointedly at Laniel and Suzuko, since they know more about magic than she does, and kind of nods to them for them to chime in.
Sorry, I was a little bit distracted. What did he say? Then that made you
That
nod
he
to
needs
me.
resources
Okay.
before he can. fix it.
Jurata, his home is where most of his resources and his to form the cures will be.
So just to check, no, hang on, the Jules will be as confused as I am. Go on. Let's actually play this out. I'm confused. Jules is confused.
What does Jules want to ask?
Jules is trying to figure out if she has any reason that if they have any duty to stay here. Like the mission's basically done. They've no reason not to leave,
Okay.
so they may as well escort him back. You're like, there's no downside. I haven't robbed the bank yet.
Haven't you taken enough from the city?
No, there is still
So
more to
the
take.
blacksmith sort of looks at him
No,
and he
she-
sort of grasps the sorcerer's shoulders and shakes him. It's like, "You can fix this. You can stop this." And in the black, he starts like tearing up very apologetically. He's like, "I'm sorry." The blacksmith sort of shakes his head. It's like, "Shh, don't you be sorry. If you can fix this, then it's okay. But if you can't, then you live with the blood in your hands."
I'm like, there's a lot of
And he
facts.
sort of the sorcerer swallows and nods, and he looks at all of you adventurers. He says, "Thank you for saving me. we should be on our way quickly.
Uh,
The faster we get back, the sooner I can bring cures to the city. So the sooner we can help them.
Lyanna, what's the time right now? Since we've been here for most
It
of
is
the
a
day.
day. Well, all of this session and most of the last one happened in one day, didn't it?
In one day, yes. So I would say, since a few hours passed, it's about 7 maybe. The sun's starting to set, starting to turn into night.
Probably be worth spending the night, because that would... How long is it going to take for my intelligence to fully recover? I think it's like one a day.
Is it one a day?
Yeah, so it's like one. If there's 4 days travel, I'll be fine at the end of the travel. But I'm down all. In
You were
skills.
down. Yeah, you're down 6, and the travel is about a day's worth.
So I'll be like.
Hey,
I'll be.
Mega's character is also down 1.
Yeah, Mega's character's down 1. He'll be finished by the time we leave this city. I need to find someone to give us lesser rejuvenation. Actually, yeah, I turned to the blacksmith. Is there any priests or druids or anyone with healing magic?
The blacksmith shakes his head. Our city is not magic folks. One of the few magic folk is. He gestures to the half elf.
Yeah, not magic focused, but like there's no healers here at all.
Not with magical talents as you are asking. We rely on salves and other things that we can procure.
Okay, I don't know how to ask this without referring to game terms.
Go for it.
Jules wants to ask if he has anything that's the equivalent of a lesser rejuvenation spell.
The blacksmith sort of smiles sheepishly and he just says, "Only coffee. We only got coffee for you."
You know what? I go down to the bar and make coffee.
You make coffee, sure.
I'm drunk. I'm gonna listen.
Lyanna still with like a shot of alcohol in her. Lyanna looks at everybody inside the inn at the moment and simply asks, "Shall we go now, or shall we rest the night?"
The sorcerer that you found sort of looks at all of you, allowing you to take the lead, however you wish. He chimes in. "I know this land better than all of you, I believe, and so I could probably avoid. I could bring you back to Gerada without encountering any sort of
Fast travel unlocked.
any sort of opposition, if you will. But it's only if you trust me."
Jules isn't butting in on.
Still, it's not late. So even with, we will have to sleep before arriving. Considering.
I've changed my stats as if it's the night, so I've taken a day. I've done 1 day healing, basically.
Okay. Shock is
just in
currently
case you're looking
at
at my
Shock is currently at a 7.
Yeah, I'm
Poor
going
Susan.
for spend 1 night recovering because we've been fighting since like daybreak today, and we didn't get a full night's sleep the night before.
Alright, the blacksmith sort of gestures all of you to come along, and he says to all of you, "Why don't we all head back to the quarters, to our safe haven? There's food there, all of you, where your travelers, and we'll provide you space to rest."